Design Biology as a Forensic Evaluation Framework for Biological Claims, Part 2. A. Why I use design biology. I use design biology because I see repeated overreach in origin discussions. I see observed findings presented as if they prove an entire historical sequence. I see mechanism claims blended with agency assumptions without clear boundaries. I see model-based reconstructions spoken of as if they were directly observed history. I see confidence stated in absolute terms even when multiple competing explanations remain live. My response is not to abandon science. My response is to tighten the standards of evaluation. Design biology gives me a way to do that. It lets me ask whether the evidence supports a narrow claim, a moderate inference, or a strong historical reconstruction. It lets me document downgrade triggers. It lets me score evidence quality. It lets me compare cause classes without pretending that all statements belong to the same evidential level. That is why I see design biology as more useful than broad labels alone. It gives me a working method, the core logic of design biology. The first principle I apply is the separation of observation, inference, and narrative. Observed data are direct findings such as measurements, sequences, structures, laboratory results, and repeatable experimental outcomes. Inferred claims are the interpretations drawn from those findings. Narrative claims are the larger historical stories that connect many inferences into a broad account of what happened over time. I treat those as distinct layers because they do not carry the same evidential weight. A narrative can be coherent and still exceed the direct support of the data. A mechanism can be real and still fail to demonstrate origin-level sufficiency. A pattern can be meaningful and remain underdetermined. The second principle I apply is causal adequacy. When I evaluate a claim, I ask whether the proposed cause has been shown to produce the claimed result at the required scale, coordination level, and information level. I do not stop at the question of plausibility. I ask whether the pathway has been demonstrated, whether hidden guidance has been introduced, whether the mechanism scales, and whether the claim closes the gap between possibility and proof. The third principle I apply is the distinction between mechanism and agency. Mechanism explains how a process operates. The agency addresses whether directed action, selection, or constraint by intelligence played a role in producing the outcome. In my framework, those are not the same question. A mechanism can be present and still not explain the full causal account. The fourth principle I apply is explicit treatment of alternative cause classes. I do not reduce the discussion to a single permitted category. I require the evaluator to state the cause class being proposed, whether natural unguided mechanisms, intelligent physical causes, or supernatural causes, and then to clarify what is testable, what is inferred, and what remains philosophical. This prevents category confusion and keeps the discussion honest.